Curveball TV fans, let's talk again. This time it's about Mike Trout. Yeah, that Mike Trout, the face of the Los Angeles Angels. The three-time AL MVP, the guy who's been patrolling center field. Yes, center field, like a superhero for over a decade, is making a big change. And trust me, it's not just another lineup shuffle. We're talking about a move that could define the next chapter of his career and maybe even save it. So what's the plan? How do the Angels make sure their $426 million man stays on the field and keeps producing? Boom, that's the point. Trout is officially moving to right field. But why now? What does this mean for the Angels? And most importantly, is this the right move for one of baseball's all-time greats? Right now on Curveball TV, let's break down what could be. Mike Trout just isn't any player. He's a generational talent, a walking highlight reel, and the heart of the Los Angeles Angels. But even superheroes have limits, and for Trout, those limits have been showing up more often in the form of injuries. Over the last few seasons, his body has been sending a clear message: slow down or break down. And let's be honest, Angels fans have had their hearts in their throats every time he limped off the field. Let's talk the facts. Since 2021, Trout has missed a ton of games due to various injuries. First, it was a nagging right calf strain that cost him most of the 2021 season. Then a rare back condition popped up in 2022, limiting him to just 119 games. In 2023, a fractured left hamate bone in his hand took him out for another chunk of the season. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, he dealt with a left meniscus injury in 2024. That's 4 straight seasons of setbacks, 4 straight seasons of what-if moments. So what's the solution? The Angels are making a strategic move, literally, by shifting Trout from center field to right field. And this isn't just a random decision. The center field is one of the most physically demanding positions in baseball. It requires constant sprinting, diving, and covering massive amounts of ground. Every inning is a test of endurance, and for a player with a history of leg injuries, that's a recipe for disaster. Right field, on the other hand, is a little less punishing. There's less running, fewer high-impact plays, and a better chance of keeping Trout healthy for the long haul. This move isn't just about protecting Trout. It's about maximizing his impact. The Angels know that his bat is still elite, and they need him in the lineup more than anything. If shifting him to right field means fewer injuries and more home runs, then it's a no-brainer. But here's the real question: will Trout embrace this change, or will it be an adjustment that affects his performance? We're about to find out. But with Trout vacating the center field position, the Angels now have a crucial question to answer: who steps up to fill the void? First, let's talk about what's at stake. Center field isn't just any position. It's the position in the outfield. You need speed, range, instincts, and a strong arm to command the outfield and track down everything hit in the gaps. Trout did it for over a decade, and now someone else has to take the reins. The Angels have a few options, but none come without question marks. Consider Jo Adell, the former top prospect who was once considered the next big thing. Truly, Adell had shown flashes of brilliance, but inconsistency has been his biggest enemy. He's got the athleticism to handle center field, but can he put it all together? Then there's Mickey Moniak, another former first overall pick. He had a breakout year in 2023, but cooled off in 2024. Does he have what it takes to be the everyday guy in center field? And let's not forget Taylor Ward, a solid corner outfield who might not have the range for center field, but brings a steady bat to the lineup. This decision will have ripple effects throughout the Angels' defense. Trout shifting to the right means less ground to cover, but also a need for center fielder who can step up as the new leader of the outfield. And let's be real, whoever takes over has some big shoes to fill. But here's the interesting part. This could actually work out better for the Angels. If they find the right guy to take over in center field, they could have a more balanced defensive alignment while keeping Trout fresh and in the lineup. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off in a big way. The only question is, who's going to rise to the challenge? Now, let's get real. This move isn't just about keeping Mike Trout healthy. So what's the big deal about Trout's performance and future outlook? The fact is, it's about making sure he still dominates. Because let's be honest, when Trout is on the field, he's still one of the most dangerous hitters in the game. The problem? He just hasn't been on the field long enough. Even with the injuries piling up, Trout's numbers remain elite. In 2023, despite missing time, he still managed 18 home runs in just 82 games. Before that, he put up 40 homers in 2022, proving that his power hasn't gone anywhere. The guy can still mash. But here's where things get interesting. How will playing right field affect his performance? Let's break it down. Physically, the right field is less demanding than center field. That means fewer high-impact plays, less stress on his legs, and hopefully fewer injuries. More time in the lineup equals more at-bats, and more at-bats mean more home runs and more production. In theory, this should be a win-win. But there's another side to this story: adjustment. Trout has played center field his entire career. His instincts, his jumps, his reads on the ball, they're all built for that position. Moving to the right may seem like an easy switch, but it comes with new challenges. The angles are different, the reads are different, and don't forget about that short right field corner in some ballparks. One bad step and you're in trouble. So can Trout adapt? If there's anyone who can, it's him. But here's the kicker. This move isn't just about 2025. It's about the long game. The Angels are hoping this change extends Trout's career and keeps him in the lineup for years to come. Because let's be real, Trout isn't just playing to be good. He's playing to cement his legacy. And if this move helps him do that, we might just be witnessing the beginning of a new Trout era. What's more, let's talk about the buzz surrounding this move, because when a player like Mike Trout makes a position change, people have opinions. Fans, analysts, and even former players have all chimed in, and the reactions have been, let's just say, mixed. Some fans see this as a smart, strategic move, a way to keep Trout healthy and maximize his impact. After all, the best ability is availability, and if playing right field keeps him in the lineup, then why not? Many Angels fans are just relieved that the team is being proactive about Trout's long-term health instead of waiting for another season derailed by injuries. But then there's the other side, the skeptics. There will be some fans who can't help but feel a little weird about it. Trout has been the center fielder for over a decade. Seeing him anywhere else, it's like watching LeBron play shooting guard or Tom Brady line up at wide receiver. It just feels off. You understand? There's also the concern about whether this move signals the beginning of the end. Is this the first step toward Trout slowly fading out of superstardom? Is this the Angels admitting that he's no longer the player he once was? And then there's the media. Some analysts are fully on board, calling this a necessary change that could add years to Trout's career. Others, however, have raised eyebrows, especially since the Angels don't exactly have a perfect replacement for him in center field. If the move doesn't work, it could create a whole new set of problems. But perhaps the most important reaction? Mike Trout himself. So far, he's embraced the change, saying he's ready to do whatever it takes to stay on the field and help the team win. That's what you expect from a leader. But deep down, you have to wonder, does he feel like this is a demotion? Or is this the beginning of a new, more dangerous version of Mike Trout? Mike Trout isn't the first superstar to switch positions to preserve his career, and he definitely won't be the last. In fact, baseball history is full of legends who made similar moves, and some of them thrived because of it. So what can we learn from the past? Let's start with Ken Griffey Jr., a name every baseball fan knows. Griffey was once the most electrifying center fielder in the game, much like Trout. But as injuries took their toll, the Cincinnati Reds moved him to right field later in his career. The result? He extended his playing days, stayed productive at the plate, and still gave fans plenty of memorable moments. Sound familiar? Then there's Carlos Beltran, another elite center fielder who eventually made the shift to right. The move allowed him to maintain his offensive production without putting as much strain on his body. And let's not forget Andrew McCutchen, who went from MVP-level center fielder to corner outfield to keep his bat in the lineup. But not every position change is smooth. Some players struggle with the transition both mentally and physically. The biggest challenge? Reading the ball off the bat. The angles are completely different in right field compared to center field, and that adjustment can take time. Trout has been a defensive general for years. Now he has to adjust to a new role. Will he handle it like a pro, or will it take time to find his rhythm? The good news? The best players adapt. Griffey, Beltran, and McCutchen all proved that moving to corner outfield spot isn't the end. It's a new beginning. If Trout follows their path, this could be one of the smartest decisions of his career. But here's the ultimate question. Will this move just extend his career, or will it set the stage for one of the greatest late career resurgences we've ever seen? That's the story we're about to watch unfold. So there you have it. Mike Trout, the legendary center fielder, is officially making the switch to right field. It's a move that could add years to his career, keeping him healthy, and maybe even help the Angels finally turn things around. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think moving to right field is the right call for Trout? Will this keep him healthy, or is this a sign that his prime is officially behind him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to CurveballTV, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown of the biggest stories in baseball. Until next time, stay locked in, and we'll see you in the next one.